Hi, Gregor. All right, I'm going to do your 30-minute spiritual healing now. So, we're just going to do energy work on you. We'll just go as guided by spirit, okay? You're also wanting to know more about your purpose and direction. So, we'll see what they have to share about that too. So, I'm just going to relax and then we'll see where spirit takes us. So, I'm sort of following a shadow of an angel. I'm coming up from high and I'm going down, downward. It's sort of like I am the angel's shadow, but I'm also behind it, following it downward. It's like being right above, just above an eagle, and then being completely connected to the eagle's movement as it descends downward, but it's a shadow. But it looks like an angel shadow. There's something of an angel getting smaller too. I just never can figure out where the ground is. Where is the ground? I keep trying to get there, but I can't seem to get my feet on the ground. I even have this sort of stagnant sensation in my mind. The motivation just isn't really there. I'm not really sure. It basically it comes in sort of like blowing ash. It just looks like blowing ash all over the place. And it's giving you the influence of just it's challenging you to feel motivated. And it's challenging to feel like you know where you are in this world or have your feet on the ground, firmly on the ground. It's challenging you to have that type of energy where you can feel yourself a part of this world and then going places. So it does have even an influence of it's just disconnect, you know? Don't really know what to do with myself kind of feeling. I'm trying to alter it. I'm trying to remove it. It just takes time. So I'm being patient. I can't see anything. The clarity of sight is not there. I feel like I'm walking blindly through this experience. So walking blindly through life is just kind of going wherever I'm meant to go, but I'm not motivated to go anywhere new there's something here about motivation. It's not that you're not a motivated person, but this energy would make anybody feel like not doing much, you know? Part of you is crying on the inside, and you are quite a softer energy and angelic, absolutely angelic. You just don't feel connected here. You just don't have a place in this world. It's kind of the way it sounds and feels. I see you sitting on top of what are like crates, and they're kind of wet themselves, wooden crates. And then there's just a water shoreline here, and it's not like sand, but it's not dirt either. It just made me more like a lake shoreline. It's dark everywhere. You're not inspired to. You're just inspired to feel this way. No other way but this. I am attempting to enter into the scene. I'm attempting to alter the energy flow, show you that I'm here. You are slowly spinning around as though you're sitting on a rounded plate. And not spinning around to look at me, but you just keep spinning around. You don't ever stop to just look at me. And this spinning is kind of making you dizzy. It's making everything just feel disorienting, and I'm feeling more and more dizzy myself. I can't force you to stop. I can only try to inspire you to do it differently. So I'm waiting for my presence to influence a change. I keep expecting you to share some sort of frustrated energy, but it never quite comes out. Instead of getting frustrated or angry, it just completely mellows out and it's just like, ah, well. Ah, well. Over and over. It's like, why aren't you a little more frustrated? Why aren't you a little bit more just mad about it? I mean, there's something like life happens. Oh, well. Oh well, most people would be like, oh, I'm so sick of this freaking whatever that, they might complain and never change, but you're not that. You're not complaining, complaining. You're more like that moment of spark comes and it instantly blows out, mellows out, and you're like, ah, well, whatever. What is there to this life? It's not a depression. It's just it's just a grayness. It's just grayness. Where's the fun? Where is the dreams? Where are the dreams? Where's the fun? Where is the manifesting energy? Where's the desire for something better than this? Where is that energy at? I'm trying to find it. They're showing me a cupcake and it has one candle on it and a little boy is blowing it out. The wrapper around the cupcake is being removed and it's chocolate with some sort of pink and white frosting being handed to you. Obviously, your male, it looks like a male, it's a young boy blowing out the candle, but it has pink frosting and chocolate. And it's delicious. You're biting into it without hesitation. Doesn't matter what color frosting, it's delicious. It's getting all over your face. You're even being helped with it. You're not really acknowledging that you were being helped with it. You're just wanting more cake. You're just wanting more of the frosting and the moist, yummy cake. You're young. You're like, 1 year old in a high chair. It feels a little bit more inviting, this moment does, but even this still feels kind of drab. I don't know what you were expecting. What would it be that could happen in this world that would entice this better? I mean, you're 1 year old, you have an awesome cupcake, you're really enjoying it. But even still, there's just some sort of odd twist or flare of energy that you're just not, that's not real joy to you. It's just not real joy. Their spirit says, what is real joy to you? What is your real joy? What would actually bring you real joy in your life? And would it inspire you to make decisions that alter your life pattern? That inspire you to stand up from the crates and walk in a different direction, one you've never been in before? What then? What if in order to manifest that flame that you are looking for in your life, you had to make a change? Could you do it? Ask your heart what you need to do, because you seem to know deep down that this is the way you feel, but there's no motivation to change it, and you're not exactly happy, and you know it, but you're also not doing anything to change it to inspire happiness either. And you need to explore that. Because there's really emphasizing that you need to make choices. You need to explore changing the scenery big time. And a new pattern, new routine, new directions all of that. Because this world is really far more exciting than your flavor of feelings makes it out to be. I might be quiet for a little bit because I'm just sharing energy that's going to counteract. I just keep seeing gray everywhere. That feeling like, oh, well, life happens. Ah, well. That's like the feeling everywhere I go. Where's the ground? Can't get my feet on the ground. No motivation to try to get my feet on the ground, although I am attempting to get my feet on the ground, but it's sort of like, ah, well, if I never find it, I never find it. That's the flavor of this whole thing. So I'm just going to do some energy work here. Basically, I go into every single picture and then fill them with love. I fill them with love just through sharing love from my heart, just, giving you an energetic hug, sharing love in that way. And then I also write love in your spiritual atmosphere. I call angels into your spiritual atmosphere. I fill you with heavenly light and illumination and love. So I'm going to be doing all of that all over the place as much as I can. I'm going into all these versions of you, and then I'm having you speak, I want to experience love in my life. Because what is joy? Where does joy actually come from? It comes from love, all different versions of love. And what you truly need is to experience love that ignites the passion within your heart and motivates you to feel that this world has value and has flavor and has meaning. Because you're not a superficial person, you're quite a deep person. And it's something about this world, it's sort of like it plays all the heartstrings of a superficial reality and it doesn't go deeper. The fact that you're a 1-year-old child and eating a cupcake with frosting is still not real love to you says how deep you are. Any kid eating a cupcake with frosting is yum, 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 mow, mow, mow. But it's superficial love. That's exactly how you translated it. It's yummy, it's delicious, it looks good, but it's not real love. It's just superficial love. So in a world full of superficial love, when you're as deep as you are, it's just sort of like, I don't really, how will I ever fit into a superficial world? I'm not superficial. I'm deep, and I can't find the depth around me to help me feel like I have a place that I fit into, or that there's a niche, or there's a reality that I'm in the flow of. I just sort of cast out into this world, and I really don't know where I belong in it all. But you do have a place in this world, and Spirit is really wanting you to ignite that fire within you and to really start activating your body to move in new directions, new scenes, new way of living, new perspectives. So I have you saying, as this sort of shadowy angel, as this man sitting on wooden crates, even as this 1-year-old child, I want real deep and meaningful, honest, genuine, sincere love in my life. It is not the cupcake that I want. I actually want to experience real love in my heart. I'm having you say that in this scene with the crates. There's more to life than this, and I know because I am more to life than this. I am more to life than this. I am the depth. I am the depth that I desire to experience around me. And if I'm real, then there's other depths that are real too. I am going to stand up, and I'm going to choose to open up to a new reality of experience. And I may not know how, may not have the answers, I may not have it all figured out, but this year in 2017, I'm going to make my year about turning all of this around, Not just saying, ah, well, but actually saying, okay, this isn't that fun and I'm tired of the same routine. And instead of saying, ah, well, I'm going to actually acknowledge that I want something better than this. And maybe if I can't get it here, maybe I need to move to a new town and just new faces and just a new sort of personality of a community. Just something different than I'm experiencing right now. A place that has a spiritual niche even. Something different. Because it's important. There, as you're standing up saying that in this scene with the water, there's something of like a massive rat inside you, and I'm trying to pull the tail out. I'm just pull it out by the tail, but it's sort of getting away from me and running up and scurrying up into and sitting in your head, inside your brain. It's a rat. So there's, whenever that happens, it's not as if I can't get that out of there, but it's sort of like a reflection of how you allow things to get into your head. You just let them get into your head and then just let them hang out there and stay there. So you're just letting this rat nest in your head, and then I might as well just sit back down. And the unmotivated sort of energy just sort of returns, But you aren't sitting back down, and we're choosing to acknowledge this, that there is a rat here inside your brain. And is that what you want? Do you want to feed off of these thoughts and feelings and let them take over your mind? Or do you want to be in control? Do you want to be in control of the way that you feel by choosing to do things differently? You are thinking about this, and a part of you just says, it's just too much work. It just requires so much effort of me, and I just kind of lost a part of myself somewhere down the line, and I just have never been able to get it back again. A part of myself, I really feel that I have lost a part of myself. Your soul is telling me this, that a part of myself was lost, and when that happened, I just have not been myself ever since then. That's kind of what it's saying right now. And because of that, you don't feel motivated to care either. Because of that sensation of feeling a part of yourself is lost. This is a big deal. This is a huge deal. This is a big deal because you've told me about this event that took place in your life, and you knew it was a near-death experience, and you had a moment where you were asked, did you want to leave this world or did you want to stay? And you chose to stay. And you'd mentioned that since you've chosen to stay, it just, you really don't really know why you were meant to, why would you want to stay, that nothing really has happened. And that's pretty significant. I'm going to try and go into that reflective experience and see if there's a soul fragment piece or something, because I need to find what part of you is missing in order to help you feel complete or whole. Because you need that part of you back in order to, it's just going to be a real challenge for you to find the motivation without that, because this part of you is already telling me that you aren't going to be able to without this other half of you. So I'm just looking. I'm snooping around. Going back to the scene you told me about with the ambulance. I want to see what happened. I keep trying to get there, but they're showing me a massive block that is put there. I'm asking if I can go through the block. Can I see? Is there something more to this? They're saying it's not located there. They're not wanting me to interact with that at all. Period. And maybe because you don't need to be taken back to that memory. Maybe that's why. I don't know why, but they're saying no, I cannot go into that scene. There's another way. There's another way to find out what this is. So I'm just closing my eyes. I'm going to be patient. And then I'm asking my spirit guides if there's a soul fragment for Gregor that I need to locate, that you take me, and then that I can heal that. So I'm disconnecting from the intention of that ambulance scene. They're showing me your heart. It has some sort of worms crawling around, sort of like a worm inside of an apple. It's like, ew, who wants that apple? There's something to that also, because your heart is red and there's like a green worm wrapping around it. I literally feel here, experience, ew, who wants that apple? Who wants that heart? That's what I hear. You feel there's some part of you that feels undesirable to the outside world. You yourself are going through quite an emotional trauma, more than I don't know that you realize how severe the degree of it is. It's on a severe level. They're taking me into a space where you just want to close off from everybody else. You're closed off by choice. You choose to be closed off. You're holding your knees to your chest and you just sort of rest your head on your knees and you're fine. You're satisfied closing off to everybody else. You don't need anybody. And yet you could feel a sensation of, maybe I need to come out of hiding. Maybe I need to interact with the outside world. But the energy is way more speaking that I'm just fine being here. This is fine with me. I'm satisfied being alone in the dark. You would take the worm out of your heart and say I love you to the worm and have a real emotional connection with it, because you can see the deeper sides of everything. Where other people would say ew, gross, you would say what's wrong with this apple? It has a beautiful worm living inside. This is its home. What's so gross about that? You actually really connect with the things that are the most undesirable in this world. In a way, you see the beauty within all things. You really do. And because you live in a world where people struggle to see the deeper beauty, are obsessed with the superficial beauty, you feel quite damaged by that. This part of you feels so damaged by the world that you live in that you just refuse to live here, period. Because people do not choose to see the depth of things and the beauty from within, everything. Instead, they would rather have beauty on the outside than beauty on the inside. That's what you're telling me in this scene. You're showing me how much you love this worm that everybody would be disgusted by. And you think it is more beautiful than celebrities with fake boobs and perfect fake lips and perfect fake hair and perfect, hot bodies that are all fake and not real. And you're so fed up with it to such a degree, you're really mad. A part of you is actually sort of destroyed yourself because you can't tolerate how fake this world is. That's what you're telling me right now. I mean, you have a very serious edge with how you feel about a fake reality. You can't tolerate it. You're sick of it. You're pissed off by it. This is real emotion. You don't know how to let go of this ugly worm that nobody would ever want. Somebody has to want this worm, so I'm going to want it. That way this worm can know that it is loved. A part of you is that worm. That also is you. Wanting somebody to see that you are so desirable. And you really are. Very quite it's really special to come across souls that have this kind of deep caliber. And so you need to know that. I'm saying, what if we set this worm down and let it live its life? Where would it go? I'm disconnecting this worm from your finger, and I'm allowing the worm to go on the ground. It's a dirty, dusty sort of space. Is it a really dirty basement with a bunch of layers of dirt all over the place, or is it just a completely dirt-ridden box room? It's underground, it's dirty down here, it's dark. So I'm just letting the worm go. It's a little green worm. It feels a lot better to let go of it. You've not been able to let go of it. Language does not justify the energetic meaning of this worm to you because it's hardcore. Could not come up with the words to describe its meaning. Letting that go is accepting that it is time to let go. You actually are crying and you're saying, I really want to see that worm have a good life. I really cared and I nurtured it in ways that nobody else would. But you're right, it is time to let it go, and I'm going to trust in heaven that they will direct this worm's path, and where it will go, it will be happy. And I say, where you go, you will be happy too. I say, do you believe me when I say that to you? And I look into your eyes and you tell me I'm right. You have more emotion, more motivation in this scene than I've seen yet. And they show me a version of you. I'm still standing here with you, right? But in one scene, I'm with you, talking to you. In another version of the same scene, you are blasting off like a rocket ship, and you're just ready. You need to get out of here. You're saying, you're right, I need to get out of here. And you're instantly blasting off, and just, it's time to go. So which are you choosing? Are you choosing to stay or are you choosing to go? Only you can choose what ends up happening here. You can choose to stay or you can choose to go. And you're starting to understand that the idea of, oh, well, I could just go sit back down and stay in here, it feels terrible now. Now that you've evaluated the difference between what was and what is now, you're realizing that you need to keep moving, taking steps forward, and this is no way to live. And you're starting to walk up some stairs that just manifested here in this like deep dark basement that's like covered in dirt everywhere. We're walking up the stairs and we're going through the door, and all we see is illumination and light when the door is open. You start to say, I feel like I'm home when the light shines upon me. I recognize this energy, and this energy illuminates me. I feel like I recognize myself when the light is upon me. And you really are an angel. You are spreading your wings out, and you are allowing the light to touch each and every feather of your wings. And you're allowing the light to touch all parts of your reflection. You are sort of breathing in the light into your mind, into your heart, into your lungs, into your blood, into your body, your angelic body, and into your physical body too, and your mental body, your emotional body, your sexual body, all bodies that are a reflection of you. I'm showing you how far we've come, and you're saying, yes, you're right. I don't want to go back down there. I want to keep experiencing light. In fact, you are manifesting more stairs. I can't even see it so bright. All I can see is just a very fine ability to make out what are stairs now. And then you're going up the stairs. It's insanely bright. And you're feeling better and better, and you're thinking about how many floors can I continue to go up, and how much higher can I raise my vibration? How much happier can I feel? We're showing you all the scenes that we have been through with you on the crate, and then you, this sort of a shadow of an angel trying to reach the ground, and you're saying, I don't relate to any of those things anymore. Those are not me. Those are what I was. And I don't even relate to what I was, because that's not who I am. And you're continuing to go upstairs. I mean, you're manifesting flights and flights and flights of stairs. You're like on floor 10 now, but there's no floors here. There's just stairs. And they sort of go up, and then they turn, and then they go up, and then they turn. And so they just keep going up and up and up. And we're so high up now, we might as well be on stairwell 98 or something. And you're just still going upward, and you're not wanting to ever go back or turn back or go back to where you were. It's just so far away. It was just an absurd way to be, you say. You're thinking about the rat in the head, and I don't even know why I allowed that to happen. I don't even know why I just insisted on being stuck in life. It just didn't make any sense. I don't know why I was doing that. And so you just continue to go up and up and up and away. And I say, well, how high can you go? And you say, I'm just going to keep going higher and higher and higher. Anything is better than that. And the higher I go, the more I feel like myself. The more I feel like myself. And they show me this version of you that just keeps going higher and higher. It really is clearing out your mental body of what was like a massive dust bowl and just very overwhelming, just boggy, oh well feelings, whatever feelings. No, that is not me anymore. And so the stairway just keeps going up and up. And then as you keep going up, you just start clearing out your mental body on your own. And your emotional body just starts to feel more full of love and more full of light. Everything that was is not who you are anymore. It was just a manipulation. There is nothing of a soul fragment. There's nothing. I was just in a fog by choice because I just didn't know how to not be in that and experience. I just needed somebody to be there for me and help me to see. And now I'm just ready. You're right. I'm ready. So as you're continuing to go upstairs, like what stair floor are we on? I don't know. You just continue to go up them. My spirit guides are showing me the version of you that rocketed off and just blasted off. And they're saying, why are you not flying? Why are you continuing to be human and walk upstairs when you could fly as high as you want to go? Show off your ability to fly. Why are you not flying yet? And you're like, well, I'm just kind of taking things slow. Is it okay? Can't I just take things slow? I just want to walk up the stairs right now. But you're like, okay, I will fly. Since we're in this mode of progress here, I guess I could fly and see what happens. So let's see what happens. You're at the end. There's no more stairs, and you're not allowed to manifest stairs. Spirit is not allowing it at all, period. You need to be flying, they say. So fly. You're kind of like Dumbo right now who lost his feather. You're not really sure about this. It's been a while. Wings feel a little rickety kind of thing. All the stairs are dissolving by choice and you are just floating now. And now you are flapping your wings in a way and you are going higher. You are choosing to actively use your wings, although you tell me that I don't need wings to fly. I can fly in my heart. I can fly through the gift of love, and the energy of love can take me as high as I want to go. I don't have to have wings to go anywhere. I can use the love within my heart to go as high as I want to go. And I say, well, then do it. And there's just a side of you that is just in a pause looking at me right now. It's just a really loving gesture of thank you. You feel like yourself, you say. I forgot who I was. Forgot who I can be. I feel a lot stronger now because of you, you say. There's so much more here, I'm telling you. You're basically showing me another scene that you want dismantled. Is what it's like. It's sort of like an oil rig or something. It just feels like it's dirty and contaminated. You're flying over to it and you're looking at it and you're saying that this has been here for a long time. And it's just sort of like it's just a reflection of the old, you know? It's like 30 years from now when there is no need for oil, rigs and oil pipelines. And, we're going to look back and say, why were we so obsessed with that? Why were we so obsessed with oil? And it was just so destructive. It was so dirty. It's just ruined the planet and the ocean and ocean life. And so you're showing me this too. It's also connected to your head. It's sort of like an old oil rig kind of way of thinking. It's sort of rigged and wired to your head kind of, but it's not mechanical. It's like an oil rig in the ocean kind of looking. We're going to remove it, dismantle it together. You're ready to see things, a new horizon, a new way of looking at things, not just on the individual level, but even going beyond. I mean, you're showing me that you really want to be a part of this world and a part of a voice of humanity to really make a difference here, because you know that's your divine purpose. But you're just showing me you need this removed. So I'm here with you and we're exploring it. We're on sort of a dock, and there are these white birds, seagulls, and the sounds they make, and looking off through beyond the water. It just seems like a busy dock, but yet you could be a person out here and just relax and chill out, kind of thing. You're ready to purge a lot of old stuff, Gregor, I'm telling you. You sort of bent over into the ocean, and you just squeezed out a bunch of crud in your third eye, which includes a sort of a mentality or voice that has been stuck in your head, inspiring you to not be motivated. They want you to know that that voice that was kind of like a negative entity, sort of suckerfish, sucking on your thoughts, and that is I can still see it sort of wrapped around a little bit, but I'm telling you, huge release on that one. I'm just going to watch it completely uncoil and then just release itself. It actually is thankful, because it's funny how these things work, you know? It's sort of like it was there because it was keeping you company and you wanted it to be there with you. You actually wanted that voice and it was keeping you company. But it's really just the voice of, it feels more comfortable to just stay in the routine and just, whatever. But it actually is not helping you thrive. And this, whatever this entity is, it's just kind of like the size of a scarf, and it's just saying goodbye, friend, is what it is saying. And it is sort of smiling to see you choosing to be the light within and choosing to be who and what you truly are. It was waiting for the day for you to discover that, and it's totally happy saying goodbye. It's amazing how that happens. They're not all as evil as you think they are. Sometimes they're helping us grow and discover things about ourselves. That coming out of there is a big deal. It also has sort of an eel-like reflection too. You're removing a lot more energy on your own accord. I'm way past the time here, but you're so actively motivated right now. I hate to leave you hanging. So my spirit guides are telling me it's okay to let go, that you're in a good spot. They're wanting me to indicate that the removal of that eel friend, that's a big deal. That's going to help boost you. And that too had a relationship with what was sort of like the old way of thinking in the oil rig kind of reflection. So that structure is being dismantled by your own choices. And you are dismantling it. I even see you pulling out like a really long black tube here out of your third eye. You're actually just like, I've been just choosing to live as a sleeping person, and I'm not going to choose to live that way anymore. I'm actually going to choose to be alive here because I chose to be alive. So I am going to be alive, and I'm going to be exactly who and what I am. Instead of being deep and keeping that depth on the inside, I'm going to bring that depth out of me and then be that radiating light that touches people's lives. I don't necessarily think people there's a lot of us out there that are kind of sick and tired of the superficial way of being, and a lot of us aren't supporters of fake boobs and fake, everything, because it's not real. It's like the time of divine feminine, and so women expressing themselves extremely naturally is the most beautiful, most sacred, most revered reflection of a woman. Otherwise, you're just getting a fake person. And so I think that you bringing this part of you out is going to help you discover that there's a lot of people in wearing your shoes as well, and you're not alone in the way that you feel, and you really can have quite a voice for this world, and you're quite loving. You're quite extraordinarily loving. You have an angel soul, for crying out loud. Like, doesn't get more loving than that. There's just this soft, angelic, so attractive, so sort of desirable energy, and it's just so genuine and so sincere. It's not extremely loud, but it doesn't have to be loud to be absolutely impactful. How loud is a beam of light? It's completely soft, isn't loud at all, but yet it can be blinding and it can get noticed. It's illumination. You too are illumination of this kind, and it's very pure, very deep, and very significant and loving. So that's all I can share for you. I wish I could keep going, but that's all I can share, and that'll definitely give you a boost. I'm pretty convinced it's going to give you a huge boost. So thank you for exploring this work with me. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in spiritual healing or psychic wisdom, I'd love to connect with you and help you on your journey. Please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.